Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we are doing another pick a card reading, and this time we are focusing on the question, what does the universe want to tell you? So when you feel ready, take a moment to breathe deeply, relax, rest your muscles, especially your shoulders and neck. Maybe you want to stretch them out. Pause the video, maybe listen to any distant noises you hear, stretch those muscles, and calm your breath down. Take a moment for you, just to relax and feel centered in this present moment. And once you've done so, ask out loud or very clearly in your head, universe, what do you need to tell me right now? I am open to receiving the messages you have, so please let me know what you want me to hear. And then once you've done so, take a look at all three of these teapots on the screen. We have group number 1, the teapot with the yellow flowers. Group number 2, the teapot with the purple lid. And group number 3, the pink teapot with the blue flower. Once you've selected your group, you can either watch through or skip ahead. Also, I just want to point out that this might be a reading where you might feel drawn to more than one group, and that's perfectly fine if that happens. If you're really stuck, your intuition is guiding you towards more than one group, go ahead and just watch both. There might be messages in both groups for you. I also want to remind you guys that I do offer spiritual life coaching sessions on my website, and in these sessions you will get an hour-long mediumship, tarot, whatever psychic tool I want to use type of reading, a video format where you'll see my face and it'll be uploaded as an unlisted YouTube video, and I will focus that reading on any questions that you personally have or any topics that's going on in your life that you need some psychic guidance on, some guidance from the universe on. You just send me your questions, I do the reading, I send you the video, and that's that. It's really simple, really easy, no harsh scheduling. You get your reading within 7 days. So that is on my website, spiritpsychic.org. So without further ado, let's begin. Hello, group number 1. Let's see where your energy is at and what the universe wants to tell you. And when I say universe, I mean, spirit, God, source, whatever you want to call it. There's so many names that people use. I don't identify with one way of naming this unseen collective consciousness. So, use whatever you want, but I'm going to use universe and spirit are my main two. So this first card is going to be representing you and where you're at right now. And you have the black egg in reversed. This is a card about truth. This is a card about speaking your truth and being in an environment that supports who you truly are. And so I do have some questions right away. If some of the people you surround yourself with, or even the environments that you find yourself in, are they aligned with your highest truth? So for example, let's just say you always wanted to be like a circus clown. And you find yourself miserable working in a restaurant, serving people food all day, being really serious, on your toes. Everything's quick paced and super serious. Everyone has like an attitude and is on edge because of the stressful environment. That's very much opposite of what it means to be a circus clown, to live that lighthearted, funny, silly energy that you want. Okay? Not saying that any of you guys are clowns by any means, but I am feeling this kind of desire, this drive within you to be surrounded by more people and more circumstances that are more aligned with your truth, and getting to the bottom of what your truth is, and really creating a network, a support system, an environment where you can truly just breathe out, relax, and be who you truly are. Waking up every day feeling comfortable and excited to be around people who get you, to be doing things that you're passionate about, to be in a workplace or an environment that is very comfortable. Sometimes we can experience so much anxiety when we have these social obligations, for example, with people we don't really feel comfortable with. Does anyone else get like that? I know I do. If I am, let's say I make plans with a group of people I'm not really close with, say it's like a friend's friend group, or a partner's friend group, and their friends just really don't get me. We're really dissimilar, we don't get along at all. I get really drained being around those people. Now on the other hand, let's say we're doing the same exact activity, but it's with my friends that I feel so comfortable with. I'm really excited, I'm alive, I'm energized. notice the difference of when you wake up that day knowing that you have that social obligation, that social event, on the day where you're surrounded by your loved ones, your friends. You're energized, you're excited, you're running around, you're preparing for it. Whereas when you are hanging out with that other group that doesn't get you and you just don't feel energized or comfortable around them yet, you're still running around preparing, but it's more from a place of anxiety. It's more from a place of being on edge. And so if you have enough of those situations in your life that make you feel uncomfortable, it can create some pretty strong anxiety. And that anxiety can manifest in different ways. Physically, you might feel sore everywhere. You might have a hard time sleeping. You might have to develop some coping skills that may or may not be the best, And so right off the bat, Spirit is kind of showing this energy of this theme of aligning yourself with people and situations that are more aligned with your truth. Now, being comfortable doesn't mean that you should never go outside of your comfort zone and you should only surround yourself in environments and places where you feel comfortable. Not at all. Because when you approach life with that, you never really grow. So it's definitely a balance, but the majority of the time, yeah, sure, put yourself in comfortable environments where you can truly be yourself, express yourself. But when you start to feel these creative blocks or like you're a little bit lost in life, that's when you really should be putting yourself in new environments around new people, new ideas. And that is going to give you so much creativity in life. I was just telling someone earlier in a personal reading that when people go through a creative block, I noticed spiritually when I do readings, almost 100% of the time, there is a message that comes through for that person that says it's because you've been surrounding yourself with the same old people in the same old situations. Your homies from first grade who you've kept a friendship with this entire time, they may be cool, they may be fine, they may be dandy, okay? I'm sure they're great. But when you do the same thing every weekend with them, it can really create a rut in your life. It can really create this creative block. And the key to that is going outside of your comfort zone, experiencing something new, going to a new country, learning a new skill, meeting new people. It's a very important part of life. Now, flip side, it's a balance. If you're constantly doing that, it can make you very anxious. And I feel like for many of you, that is the case here. So anyways, Spirit, our lovely universe, what's the main theme or message or lesson that you're trying to deliver to group number 1 today? Okay, see how that popped right out? All right, we have Earth. Mama Earth is coming through. So with Spirit, with universe, it is everything, right? It is literally everything. All of us combined are the universe, our spirit, our whatever. Now, sometimes when the universe is trying to communicate with you, they communicate through different things, ideas, synchronicities, or smaller spirits, fractals of spirits. And that is what is happening here. Earth, Mother Earth, as a spirit, a very large spirit, is coming forward, and needing to communicate something with you, okay? So let's, just to be clear here, the universe, yes, is everything connected all at once. Sometimes the universe communicates to you through smaller spirits, and the Earth spirit is coming forward to communicate with you. So it is still the universe communicating with you as Mama Earth, okay? So let's read this from the book. What does Mama Earth have to say to you? Earth represents the gift of life. The symbol on this card refers to the body of the planet Earth, the human body, and nature herself. We're reminded by this symbol that all creatures are born of Earth, and human beings are the stewards of all life on this planet. It refers to what we make of it, our health, wealth, security, grounding, solidity, and stability. It reminds us that the world of form is a gift from spirit and needs to be treated with respect. So this card is coming out upright for you. It is an invitation from the universe, okay? When the Earth symbol appears, it represents a need to focus on reverence and appreciation for the natural gifts that are coming to you now and always. The concrete world you inhabit is there by the grace of spirit, and you are a part of it. Much can be accomplished now when you focus on compassionate, reverent service to the world. If you act with integrity, gratitude, and humility, you will find yourself more prosperous than you can imagine. Success is assured when the Earth appears as an invitation. So what this is saying is, you're going to be gosh darn successful, group number 1. You are going to be prosperous. I'm talking money. I am talking financial resources. And the key to this prosperity is because you are now kind of maturing to the point where you are asking yourself, how can I give back to the earth? How can I make this planet a better place? Random example coming forward. Random example. Maybe this is someone watching. Maybe this is your life story. I don't know. Let's just say you work in pharmaceuticals and, you make pills, you make medicine, and, a part of you understands that while the pharmaceutical corporations of the world do, in fact, do some good things for humanity, there's also some major issues in that business. A lot of greed, a lot of corporate greed, and let's just face it, a lot of pill pushing, right? And you are very unhappy with that career, with that job. It doesn't feel aligned with your truth. While you make good money as a pharmaceutical representative or maker or whatever, you just don't feel like it's aligned with your truth. You just don't feel very passionate about pharmaceuticals. Maybe you're into herbalism, maybe you're into natural medicines, maybe you just recognize that a lot of the pharmaceutical industry pushes drug addiction onto people to keep themselves in business out of greed. Okay, maybe you have these strong beliefs, but you're still working in this career. It's not aligned with your truth. So you always had this passion, this interest of, I don't know, let's just say you enjoy calligraphy, you enjoy making beautiful signs and letters and all that. Okay, you've done it your whole life, and you decide one day, you know what, I'm going to turn this into a little side hustle. And you start offering up your calligraphy services to businesses, to people, everyday people. Maybe you offer to make signs, like chalkboard signs for businesses. Maybe you offer to hand create business cards or wedding invitations, or I don't know, like little things, prints even of your calligraphy, your beautiful handwriting. I don't know, there's so many things you could do with that hobby, right? You turn it into a little side business. And then over time, that business grows and grows and grows to the point where you can now quit that dumb pharmaceutical job that is not aligned with your truth. Not only that, okay, you are leaving a career field that does more damage than good, right, for the earth, for the earth's inhabitants. And you are entering into a field that offers beauty and culture and art to the earth, to humanity. That is doing something positive for the earth. When we talk about giving back, I feel like a lot of us think of things like charity or like saving people's lives. We go to these extreme ways of giving back, like feeding the homeless. Giving back can be something as simple as creating more beauty on the earth. It really doesn't have to be anything big. Making beautiful pieces of artwork. You are giving back to the culture. You are contributing to the culture. You are offering a piece of culture that generations to come will enjoy and look back on. You are creating history in your own special way. Okay, same thing. This can be the case for most fields, I would even say. Even if you're just a simple cook in a simple restaurant, you are keeping certain recipes alive. You are feeding people. You are literally offering life to people through food. People need food to survive. So that, in a way, can also be a way in which you serve Earth. It doesn't have to be these big, grandiose ways. You don't have to become a doctor and, cure cancer to give back to Earth. So that is like the theme, the energy that Spirit wants to communicate with you right now. You're on the right path. And I know this because this is coming out upright. And I feel like a lot of you have already consciously acknowledged something that you want to do. And I feel like this is largely related to your career. A certain way that you want to give back to the world, a certain way that you want to contribute, a certain lifestyle you want to live. And this is saying, yeah, you're actually going to achieve more prosperity by doing that thing than the other thing that you have right now. So for example, if there's that person out there who is working in pharmaceuticals and wanting to quit to, start their own calligraphy business, you might actually make more money from doing calligraphy than you will pharmaceuticals. And you might be thinking, the logical part of your brain is probably like, no way that's happening. This is good money in the pharmaceutical industry. This silly little art side project, how could that ever make more money? Okay, well, maybe your work picks up. Maybe you write a book on calligraphy, how to do it. It becomes a bestseller. You do classes. You make connections. You start other hobbies, other, things that you're into. And you end up getting your own show. I don't know. There's so many ways this can unfold for you. Not only is prosperity measured in finances, though, it's also measured in time and happiness and peace. And you live an overall very leisurely life because of that, a wealthier life. You don't have to have all the money in the world. If you have free time to do the things that you love, you are wealthy. If you have health, you got a roof over your head, you got food on the table, you are wealthy. You got friends, you got a support system, you got love in your heart, you are wealthy, okay? And it is much, much better, I promise you, to be making a fair amount of money and being really happy and really in love with life than to be making a ton of money and to be miserable, okay? I've been on both sides of the spectrum, trust me. So what energy is surrounding you at this time that you should be aware of? What energy is surrounding you at this time that you should be aware of? Whew, adjacent possibilities. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. This is the thought that, I wonder if life could be different if I took this path. You've been walking in this straight line, doing your thing, maybe working a certain career, maybe surrounding yourselves with different people, and then a little thought bubble comes up and you're like, well, what if I did this? What if I did this thing I was more drawn to, more passionate about? What if I took a left turn, a right turn? What if I changed my life path, my life course? This is a really positive sign to go ahead and do that. You already know what I'm talking about, guys. This card wouldn't come up if this energy wasn't already around you. All of your energy is like a thought bubble of, should I do this different thing that seems more aligned with who I am? Even though it might be a little scarier. Even though it might take me a little bit out of my comfort zone. Oh, we have contract. Okay, this can be one of the things that kind of stand in your way. I feel many of you might fear taking this adjacent possibility because of a contract or the more technical legal aspect of what you want to do. So, for example, okay, someone watching, this isn't even talking about a career, this is talking about a marriage, and you do not resonate with your spouse, and you've heavily had on your mind the adjacent possibilities of what is out there. There are people who will treat me way better than this. And this contract card is saying, like, yeah, this is a difficult decision to make because you have that legal contract, you have that marriage certificate, there is legal technicalities involved in your decision. Or for others of you, maybe you are wrapped up in a lease and you're daydreaming about the different possibilities. Okay, well, what if I own a home? What if I made a really big move? But, the complication that surrounds you is that lease, right? It's going to cost money to break out of that early, maybe, possibly, perhaps. For others of you, it could be your actual career, your actual job, maybe you already have future contracts lined up and it's just going to be a whole mess if you decide to completely change up your career right now. Or maybe you really fear starting your own business because the idea of paying your own taxes really frightens you. The legal aspects of running your own business really frightens you. And guys, the answer to this is education, educating yourself, looking into things more deeply. It will help you feel more confident, okay? If you're feeling very reserved, for example, maybe one of you, it's that it's something as simple as, you really want to buy a new car. You never bought a car on your own before, and you are just really not super educated on the process of taking out a car loan or whatever, and it is overwhelming to try to figure out, so you just procrastinated. And this is saying no, take a deeper look into all of this, figure it out. It's not as scary once you actually look into it. Some people think owning a house might be a big, scary process. I need to have so much money. You really don't. You really don't. Look into the legal arrangements, the contractual arrangements that you can do that will make this process super easy. Maybe some of you guys are thinking about getting married and it frightens you to hear all these scary divorce stories. Look into the contracts, the prenups that you can put into place that will make it super duper easy if, say, it doesn't work out. That will put your heart at ease if you're very scared of that reality that might happen. Okay? So I really feel guided to say it's not as scary as you think it is. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do is not as scary as you think it is. And if you educate yourself a little bit more on the technical legal side of things, you might find it quite inspiring. Maybe some of you guys really want to get a new job. You haven't gotten a new job in many, many years. You don't even know how to write a resume anymore. Just look it up on Google, guys. Like, Google is your friend. I want to say to you, group number 1, Google is your friend. That is what the universe is saying. Google is your friend. You don't have to be blind going into this new reality, whatever it is that you're wanting to do. You don't have to be blind. And that's another message of the Black Egg card as well, like just educating yourself, giving yourself more truth, more knowledge, more wisdom is your friend. I guess we're gonna pull some tarot. I just literally picked this deck up without thinking about it, so I guess let's just see what comes out. I'm feeling 4 cards. Okay, we have Death in reversed. Okay, so there's definitely an ending here. You're feeling guided to make a big ending of something that does not resonate with you. Hands down, 100% of you. And if this doesn't resonate, if this message doesn't resonate and you're like, there's nothing I want to end, you probably didn't select the right group, because the Death card in reversed is all about, I do not resonate with something in my life anymore. It could be a person, a job, a location, a home. And you're feeling very intimidated by the thought of letting it go. And you procrastinate letting that thing go. You procrastinate making the change. That is what the Death card means in reversed, okay? It's not scary. It doesn't involve actual death. It is just that you are literally procrastinating, ending something that you know in your heart and soul needs to end for your own good. It just feels right to do so. Okay, we have the 9 of Swords in reversed, which goes hand in hand with that card. It's actually causing you much more internal chaos than you realize. Like, the longer you stay, for example, if this is an unhealthy relationship or marriage, the longer you stay in this, the more damage you're doing to your mental health and happiness. Okay, you don't see that. I don't think you're seeing that. Just how unhappy you are because you are in this circumstance that has really, like, run its course. Okay, something has definitely run its course. And you're still keeping yourself in there because the thought of, like, moving on scares you. But, like, what you just need to do is, like, look up tips online, like, literally Google whatever your problem is, get more information and make that change. You are ready. You're more than ready. And you're just, like, prolonging the inevitable. I feel like there's something that needs to come to an end here. We have the 5 of Wands in reversed. Okay, so this can actually be a message for some that whatever it is that's coming to an ending might have an element of, like, toxicity to it. So for example, if it's a work situation, this is like a toxic work environment with, like, competition and jealousy and really negative energy, and anxiety, high stress environment, too much pressure on each person. Again, very toxic, especially next to the 9 of Swords. It is affecting your mental health way more than you realize. Same thing with, like, a family. Maybe some of you guys are actually contemplating, like, moving away from family or even disowning certain family members because of toxicity. And you're just not making the decision. You're not making that leap, right? And this is kind of showing, like, no, it is toxic, okay? If that is what you're dealing with, it is definitely toxic. And again, affecting your mental health. And again, like, the message of, no, it's time to let go is coming out again. Same thing with friendships, same thing with whatever it is in your life. There is an element of, like, unhealthy competition, stress, pressure, arguing. It's just not healthy when the 5 of Wands is in reversed. And then we have the 7 of Cups in reversed, which is showing that confusion, that overthinking. The longer you procrastinate making a decision, the more confused you're gonna get. Like, I promise you. This is a card of not knowing what to do, feeling confused, feeling stressed out, okay? And a little bit disillusioned as well. Maybe for the longest time, you were sold this idea that what you had was really great, really healthy, really amazing. And now you're feeling a little confused because maybe something or someone pointed out, like, no, that's actually really unhealthy. Or, you're starting to realize, like, oh, maybe I was a little disillusioned in the past. Maybe I was wearing rose-colored glasses. And there's an ego wrapped up in that, in the past you were so confident something was going to work out, so your ego kind of wraps yourself up into this idea of, like, forcing it to work, making it work. It's working no matter what. We see this a lot in married individuals who have really unhealthy relationships, but they're so wrapped up in this idea of marriage is forever, I'm never letting go, I'm not giving up, blah blah blah. Even if it's abusive, toxic, whatever, like, it's safe, it's okay for you to just let it go. But like, because their ego is so wrapped up in that idea of I'm not gonna have a failed marriage, they end up super unhappy for the rest of their lives. Don't be that person, okay? Do not be that person. And regardless of that, I just feel a lot of confusion coming from you. Like, I don't know what to do. And usually when you feel that confused energy, it's because you're not listening to your intuition. Okay, so if that's the case, I would recommend maybe meditating. I find that meditating like straight up just makes me think so much clearer. It is a really good way to clear and heal your third eye chakra. And that third eye chakra is where, you're able to look at your life as a whole and make really good decisions for yourself. That's the psychic energy system of your body. Okay, in order to tune into your own psychic abilities, where you confidently and clearly know what to do to have the best outcomes in life, meditate a little bit. Having brain fog or confusion is a sign that your third eye chakra is cloudy, okay? Overthinking as well, really big sign. That's like the opposite energy of psychic intuition, is overthinking, brain fog, cloudiness, okay? And you can help yourself with that by, well, first off, if you know that there are triggers for that, like say you have, like, I don't know, maybe you're gluten intolerant and every time you eat gluten you get brain fog, don't eat gluten. Simple. But also, if it's just like a normal thing for you, meditate. All right, meditate on it. And then you'll overall, have a clearer mind when it comes to this situation. And so the universe is kind of saying to you, when you get into these energies of being overwhelmed, confused, and very emotionally upset, that is when you need to meditate, okay? Literally, I tell this to everyone and I'm telling it to you. Go on YouTube. There is a channel called Meditative Mind. Okay, they're from India. They have the best meditation music. And I like to listen to their solfeggio frequencies. I put my headphones on, over the ear headphones, slap them on, and at nighttime, when the lights are out, everything's dark, I just lay in bed, listen to some meditation music, and just breathe and relax. And every time a thought comes up, I acknowledge it. I'm like, thank you, thought, but goodbye, and I brush it away. And then I go back to breathing, back to relaxing, and then a thought will pop up again. And then I'm like, thank you, thought, I acknowledge you, and then let it go. And that process of focusing on breath, having a thought pop up, acknowledging it, paying attention to it, and then releasing it, going back to breath, that is meditation. Okay, meditation is not the meditation high that you feel. It's not this like just sitting and that's it. Like, it is the process of being mindful of your thoughts, letting them go, returning back to breath. That process is deeply, deeply healing. And even if you only do it for a few minutes and you haven't achieved that meditation high, you have acknowledged and released thoughts. And you, even just 1 minute, will feel lighter, clearer minded, more relaxed, more centered. Okay, it does not matter how long you do it. As long as you do it, you're better off doing it for 30 seconds than not at all. Okay. So really do that. And I'm telling you, if you get like a nice 15 to 20 minute session in when you're in the state of mind where you're just overwhelmed and upset and you're overthinking in the middle of the night, we all been there, or I feel like most of us have been there, where you're just overthinking and very confused about a certain situation in life, very confused on it. Just do that for 15 to 20 minutes and you will be shocked at how drastically different you feel at the end of those 15 minutes. Calmer, you have a clearer mind on the situation at hand. It's just something you gotta do. And that's what the universe is showing you, okay? What else, universe? Okay, we have independence with the butterfly. Butterfly is the animal of transformation. The more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Help me feed and love this inner child, dear Lord. So the universe is working with you to help you become more independent, financially independent, happy, emotionally secure, without having to rely on, that is the definition of independence. Being able to take care of yourself without having to rely on toxic people or situations, and this is what every mother should teach their daughters, how to take care of themselves without having to rely on a man. Not to say that you can't be interdependent with a nice, healthy partner for you, but you would never want your daughter or your son to have to rely off of a relationship they don't like because they can't afford to live on their own, or they can't afford to be on their own. And you should treat yourself the same way. Get to a point where you don't have to rely on that toxic job. You don't have to rely on certain people you don't like in order to get your needs met. And not just financially. This can be emotionally as well. So that's what independence is, and that's what the universe is asking you to, or is like helping you figure out at this time, And I also want to point out, same thing emotionally, guys. If you really don't like your friend group, but you feel like if you kind of cut them off, you'll be alone, you're not independent, you're codependent on those friends, all right? In an unhealthy way. Now, if you have your support system that you're dependent on that is healthy, you love them, that's great. Okay, that is wonderful. But you don't need any specific person. You don't need any specific thing to give you everything. And that is kind of the difference between interdependence, which is healthy, and codependence, which is not healthy. Okay, final messages from the universe. They're really encouraging you to meditate, to make that change that has been on your mind. You keep saying, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? I don't know. It's kind of scary. No, I'm getting a big do it attitude here. And if you get overwhelmed with the confusion, that's when you need to meditate. If you're feeling overwhelmed about a legal situation or making a change that involves a lot of paperwork or legal stuff or technicalities, just do some more research. You'll feel a lot more confident. And you might realize it's a lot easier than you think. And you can do it a lot sooner than you think, I also want to say. We have Believe coming out, speaking of the force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible, the difference between success over failure, and above all, who you are is the power of belief. Right, and that kind of goes hand in hand with the contract card here. It's saying when you actually look up this change that you're looking to make and you learn more about it, you will realize that it's actually quite easy to do, and it's not as overwhelming as you thought it was when you didn't know anything and you only had the idea. Does that make sense? So you might think, there's tons of examples I can give. You know what I'm saying, though. Do that research and believe that you will be successful. Build that confidence through, literally just building your information and looking into it and making a plan and doing it and seeing examples of people who have done it successfully. Build up your belief in this change that you want to make. Talk to other people who have made this change as well, or who have done this thing. We also have forgiveness. Holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. I was also telling someone earlier in a personal reading, I was going through the chakra system with them, and I was talking about the heart chakra, and I was saying when you have an open and active heart chakra, you don't have jealousy, you don't have resentment, right? You don't have anger either. You're very unconditionally loving towards pretty much everyone. And even if someone is being annoying, you can look at that person and understand okay, well, they were probably just not loved as a child, or they probably have a lot going on. Yeah, they're annoying. I'm not going to surround myself with them. I can call them annoying, but I'm not going to take it personally because I understand that they're just, a weirdo. In order to get to that point, though, you have to take care of the other chakras below it, the root chakra, the sacral, the solar plexus. In other words, you have to have your basic needs met. You have to have a support system. You have to have confidence before you can reach that level of forgiveness, before you reach that level of having a light heart and not carrying deep resentment and bitterness and anger and all that. If your basic needs aren't being met, if you lack confidence, you are not going to be able to fully have an open heart chakra, I want to say. And and this is anyone, if you didn't have food, for example, you were hungry all the time and you were watching someone with a big juicy burger or something, you might be jealous in that moment. Okay, if you have no friends whatsoever, no support system whatsoever, and there's like this annoying girl at work who's like so popular and has like all these friends and goes to all these parties, you might feel jealous in that moment. So it's really important that you have those like basic needs and confidence down pat before you can truly like work on forgiveness and kind of carry a lighter energy, you know? So the universe is saying here, you know, it's time to forgive. It's time to let go of jealousy, resentment, any sense of competition. And in order to do that, you know, work your way through the chakras, the first 3 chakras: root, sacral, solar plexus, basic needs, support system, you know, being able to creatively be yourself, sensually be yourself, and confidence. Okay, those are the foundation that you need to have before you can do forgiveness, empathy, compassion, all that. So get on it. Okay, and maybe one more message for you guys, and then we will say goodbye. All right, well, 2 more messages for you. We have support. And isn't it funny how we said you have to work on the other chakras before that? And then, of course, the orange and the yellow, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus comes out with messages here. We have support. People come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from and then they move on, while others return often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. Yeah, this is that solar plexus, or no, that sacral chakra energy of having a healthy support system and an equal give and take. Without being a part of the community, if you're like a solo individual who tries to do everything on their own, you get no help whatsoever, you are going to stay stuck in life. You're never going to grow, okay? Because as humans, we're designed to kind of be like dependent on each other. And so this support card is saying that the people around you come into your life always for a reason, always to offer you something, and you always offer them something in return. And this is a subconscious practice. You know, you can offer each other spiritual ideas or creativity or inspiration, or you can offer each other traumas that you have to heal and grow from, or companionship, or just even like physical intimacy. Like there's so many different things that you can exchange with humans, but there's always a give and take, and it's important for you to acknowledge that and to have that support, system there, and making sure that the people in your life are giving and taking good stuff, not bad stuff. You know, you don't want to exchange trauma for lessons. For example, you want to exchange, you know, emotional support for, you know, a nice dinner. Like that's the positive support system. We have self-sabotage from the solar plexus chakra. When you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. This is totally resonating with like your entire reading. There's definitely some type of big change or goal or project you have here, and you are at danger, at risk for self-sabotaging this by thinking that you're not ready for it, you can't do it. Like I'm seeing you procrastinate making a big change. So yeah, don't make that self-sabotage. All right, make the change, believe in yourself, and then you'll be able to really forgive people easily. When you're more aligned with what you want to do, with your truth, then that's, you know, when you're in a space where you can really like live lighter and freer and have more compassion and not carry this heaviness anymore. Yeah. Okay, so that's your reading. Thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next one. Goodbye. Group number 2, let's see what messages the universe has in store for you at this moment. What do they want to tell you? I'm shuffling up the animal spirit deck right now, and this card is going to represent where you're at right now. Just a little check-in, what your energy is doing, what your spirit is doing, who are you, what's going on. You have the Swan. Wow, what a beautiful card. Some of you guys might have heavy water placements, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but you don't have to. This is a really mature energy, guys. Very maternal as well. You might be like the mother swan of your, or what do they call it? The mother goose of your friend group or your family. You're just the one that's like there, always loving on people and asking them if they're okay, maybe even baking cookies or like making sure everyone's well fed, well taken care of. And also I just see that you're somebody who really gives people the spotlight. You know, you're not this egotistical person that needs to be the center of attention all the time. Like, you have more value in making sure that other people feel safe with you, giving other people a safe space to open up and be themselves. And I just feel like you're that person in a friend group where if one person's being really quiet and is having a hard time, like, interjecting themselves into the conversation, you might actually like stop and, you know, ask them for their opinion and get them talking and making sure that, you know, they finish their story and no one's interrupting them. Like, you're just this very caring, loving individual. And it's definitely not going unnoticed. The people around you are starting to notice this. I feel like for some of you guys, maybe in the past you weren't surrounded by the best people and you know, gave away this very loving, mature, emotionally supportive energy to the wrong types of people. They weren't really returning it. I don't know what happened in the past couple of months or years, but it seems like you're starting to attract more emotionally mature people, I want to say. It just feels like the people that are entering your life have a much greater maturity and life experiences, and like, you're just attracting a lot better into your life right now. I really love that for you. So it seems like you're in a pretty good spot where you're at. And also the Swan is a very psychic card as well, you know, very spiritually connected and having all types of spiritual experiences. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys like either astral project or have like really vivid dreams or think of something and then it happens, or, you know, just like little synchronicities like that, seeing angel numbers everywhere. All of those little signs that you're spiritually connected are definitely around you because you are a very intuitive person. I see it very clearly with the Swan card here, okay? So that's where you're at. Spirit is acknowledging like good karma is coming to you because of all the good that you have been doing. You know, in the past, you have a very resilient heart, I want to say. You might have been heartbroken, betrayed, or just not treated right for who you are. Like, I feel like you're somebody who almost your entire life has had pure intentions. You know, you can't fathom why certain people would want to hurt others or like just get into drama or like intentionally hurt others. You know, I feel like you naturally have never been like that. And, you know, all of those years where you were giving away this kind energy and, you know, taken for granted or maybe even had some traumatic events and stuff, like all of that good is coming back to you. All of your resilience is coming back to you. All of the emotional love and support that you poured in other people who may not have even poured it back into you, it's all coming back to you now. Okay, I feel like in the past you might have been a people pleaser. It seems like, and you know, the shadow attribute of the Swan can be, you know, people pleasing. So I feel like you've learned how to have proper boundaries, learned how to stop doing that. It's something you've been practicing. And now that you're starting to balance things out again, all of your energy is starting to come back to you. Does that make sense? Now that you're no longer pouring energy into the wrong people, into situations that aren't an equal give and take, now that energy can return back to you because the universe knows that it's not going to be wasted on the wrong people. I'm getting a message here as well. Okay, so many messages coming through just this one card. So some of you guys might have been working on a project or a business or a goal, and for a long time it felt really slow, or maybe it's just life in general has felt really slow. You're like, universe, like, why isn't this taking off? Like, it should take off by now. You know, where is it? Why isn't it here? And Spirit is saying, the universe is saying, we had to make sure that you were fully out of this people-pleasing energy, giving too much energy to people who aren't giving it back, before we can ensure your success. Because not everyone deserves a bit of your success. Okay, not everyone deserves to be in your circle when success happens. Ooh, I got the chills. You can't see it. I'm wearing like 2 layers. It's freezing out today, but I got the chills, and it's not because it's cold. It's because, what the heck? Goosebumps. You might resonate with geese as well, very strongly. Geese. I know I do. Actually, I had a near-death experience one time when I was on acid. I know. I got kissed by death. Whatever Hindu god, I can't remember the name right now. I'm like out of it, but whatever Hindu god represents destruction. They were like pulling me in for a kiss, and like I died, and I was gonna be reborn into a goose once I kissed them. but I resisted and a whole bunch of interdimensional travel and stuff like that happened. Very long story, not the point. Geese and swans are very spiritual spirit animals, spirit guides, and I feel like there's a deepness here. It's not just a spirit guide for you. This is like a totem animal. This is an animal, one of the two, okay? Whichever one, you resonate with more. It'll be different for everyone. But yeah, swans and geese are very, very intelligent animals, extremely intelligent, and very emotionally sensitive. They mate for life, and they have, now I don't know if this is true scientifically. I'm a medium, you see, and sometimes I talk to animals, like Dr. Dolittle, and the geese have told me they have like a very complicated like government system. I know. Some of you guys, like, okay, if you're new to this channel and I'm freaking you out with some of the stuff, you think like, okay, is this person smoking crack? Yeah, just be warned. We go off on very deep tangents like this here. So yeah, geese have a very complicated political system and like social system and like very interwoven. Like they're very social animals. According to the geese. I don't know if that's been scientifically proven. If it has, let me know. Send some links. I would love to see the sources that cite that, if that has been a study that has been done. Anyways, that was so off topic. Let's get some energy. What energy surrounds you at this time that the universe wants you to know about, or wants to acknowledge, wants to talk about? What energy surrounds you at this time that the universe wants you to know about? Group number 2, the swan or geese, yin and yang. It is a yin cycle. The swan is a very feminine, maternal creature, and this card upright represents that you are in a yin energy in your life. Very feminine, okay? You're in your passive, receptive, intuitive type of energy right now. It might not be the best time to like do and force yourself to, churn out tasks and complete your to-do list. That would be like a yang cycle. In fact, you might have been doing that a lot recently and you felt this intuitive draw to kind of just like finish things up. Okay, it's a really good time when you're in a yin cycle to just finish things up. Instead of starting new projects, like finish the ones that you already have going for you, meditate more, reflect more, relax more, focus on like healing, restoring your energy, refilling your cup, okay? That's what Spirit really wants to say here. They're acknowledging this need to like not necessarily take a break from everything, or maybe you can if you want, like to take a vacation. Maybe you recently took a vacation, I don't know. But it's more so asking you to like calm down in life, You have this call to calm down because you're spreading yourself a little bit too thin here. You have like, I don't know if your schedule is just so packed up, like you have so many things every day. I want you to like really write out a schedule for yourself. First and foremost, guys, game changer, Google Calendar on your phone and color coordinate everything. I have a different color for all the important people in my life, and I can visually see when I hang out with them. I can visually see when I do personal readings, when I film YouTube videos, when I have other work to do for my website or, shipping goddess oils to y'all. And having that like visual calendar to show me what I'm doing on what days really lets me know what I might need more of in my life. Like maybe 1 month it's just all filled with the color orange, which is personal readings. But I'm not seeing any of the purple or green that represents, my friendships and certain individuals in my life, So it's a game changer. I highly recommend doing that if you have not already. I just really feel like you've already intuitively known that you need to like calm down. Maybe some of you guys, it's weird. It's weird. I feel like you're in a weird situation in life because I feel like maybe in the past, you felt really lonely or you felt really empty. Maybe you didn't really have that many people or that much things to do. You felt bored. You felt alone. And then like suddenly like you didn't even realize a change happening. It happened so gradually. Now you're just like packed to the gills with things to do. And so yeah, this is just really a big card of like slowing down and taking care of yourself. Another shadow attribute of the Swan card here is that sometimes they put other people before themselves. And so this is a reminder from the universe that when you like put yourself first and like make sure that your cup is full, prosperity will come to you. You know, that forward progress you're looking for, it's going to come to you. But when you're spreading yourself too thin, focusing on all the people around you except for yourself, Spirit is saying, like, no, that's when your prosperity ceases. You know, like we said, there's a direct correlation here. You know, we're giving you the cheat code, group number 2. When you're pouring all your energy into other people and putting yourself last, the universe will put you last. That's what they're saying. And when you put yourself first and you make sure that you're rejuvenated and well rested and all your needs are met and you have plenty of time to, you know, be creative and do the things that fill you up, then that's when the universe is going to start treating you the same as well. And that's when you're going to really see that prosperity. Guys, I feel like you have a problem with people pleasing or like fear of missing out. And it's actually getting in the way of your prosperity and success. Like, the universe is directly blocking your success when you get into that energy of people pleasing and fear of missing out and overbooking yourself. Like, you might notice that you have less money around those times, or even if you get money, it's like one thing after another. It keeps leaving your account, bill after bill. Like, calm down, guys. It's time to calm down. Let's get some additional messages from the tarot, from the universe. What's up? What do you want to talk about? Okay. The floor is yours. Whatever you want. No questions asked. Just whatever you want to say. All right. We have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, for some of you guys, this is a financial thing or a health thing. Just like feeling burnout a little bit, feeling tired, feeling like your house might even literally be a mess right now. The laundry's piling up, the dishes are piling up, your toilet's disgusting, ew, and you are like not able to save money the way you want. And these are all signs that you need to get into this yin energy and relax. And you might be thinking like, oh no, I should be in my yang masculine energy. I should be doing. And it's like, no, sometimes the opposite is true here. We have the devil. There is an addictive pattern here, guys. You know I watch a lot of tarot readings, okay? I create what I love to consume. And I see so many tarot readers online, you know, get the devil card and they're like, this is great. No, this isn't great, guys. There is like some type of behavioral addiction going on here. And again, like this is that energy of like fear of missing out. People pleasing. Why do you keep overbooking your schedule? If you're like super social right now, you have all these social obligations planned up. Why do you keep doing that? Why are you overbooking yourself? What are you trying to avoid that pops up when you're alone, when you're calm? Some of you guys might have a hard time being alone nowadays, and you never, like, you're not consciously acknowledging it because maybe you're somebody who always enjoyed your alone time, but gradually over time, it's just become this thing where like maybe you're a little bit more depressed, a little bit more in your head when you're alone. Maybe you forgot how to enjoy your alone time. You know, it's been filled with nights of overthinking. It's been filled with loneliness, whatever. What are you avoiding? There's like a negative behavioral pattern here for sure. That I really want you to think about, okay? I really want you to think about it. And I mean, obviously, if it doesn't resonate, don't force it to resonate, but I just really, really feel like the universe is trying to say, like, listen, there's something we got to break out of here. There's something not healthy here. Let's see what the other card right next to it is. The Knight of Swords reversed. Yeah, you're a busy little bee, huh? Busy little bee. Too much, way too much on your plate, okay? Way too much on your plate. Again, I'm getting this energy of like my house is a mess, laundry's piling up, dishes piling up, calendars booked out, like, ooh. And it's interesting because like you're totally staying on top of it. I feel like you're definitely staying on top of it, but with Knight of Swords in reversed, you're now starting to get some signs from the universe, like little slip-ups. You miss an appointment, you mix up some times, you know, fall, you like I'm seeing you're starting to not be able to keep up with this lifestyle. Coffee break. Ooh, very nice. Fourth card, we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, again, very fast moving card. This one's more positive though. Positivity and prosperity will come the second you relax a little bit, okay? And it's not saying that by taking a break, you're gonna, I see this fear here. Like if I take a break, I'm gonna lose momentum. Or if I, say no to this plan, like who knows if this person will be my friend, and maybe you suffered from a lot of loneliness in the past. So you have this fear of missing out now or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but like, guys, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And I feel like in some way, getting into your yin energy actually is going to help you move forward a lot. Now, this can definitely be the case. For example, if you're like in a creative field or have a creative project, or like if you're a business owner or something, it's actually when you're in that yin energy of just relaxing and decompressing and not having a schedule entirely booked out, that you can actually focus on your creative ideas and like actually get them done and do those projects you've been talking about, do those ideas that you've been talking about for a really long time. So that's how we get there. All right. That's how we get there. I definitely think there's like something you're avoiding though. Like you're overbooking yourself to avoid a certain feeling. And that's not really healthy. So, I get this fear here of like, I really don't want to go back to that dark place. I really don't want to go back to that dark place. I don't want to go back to overthinking. I don't want to go back to depression. I don't want to go back to loneliness. And that's why you're keeping your schedule so full. And I literally just got the phrase, what is it? How does it go? Idle hands are the devil's hands or something? Something along those lines. When you're not doing anything, the devil gets your hands and, you start doing bad in the world. I don't know. I think everything should be balanced. Yin and yang, right? And that's literally what yin and yang is representing, balancing the feminine and the masculine. The reflecting, the intuitive nudges, the creativity, the healing, with the doing, the action, the scheduling, the planning. You know what I mean? We have to have an equal amount of both, okay? And when you're in your feminine, intuitive, relaxing phase, there's still a little bit of that yang energy there. It's not like you're completely giving up on everything and just being lazy. And when you're in that yang energy, it's not like you're just doing and never feeling. There's still some yin energy in there. So that's what that means. And that's what you need a little bit of in your life, okay? Group number 2. Gonna give yourself a brain aneurysm or something if you keep going. Your body needs a rest. Your soul needs a rest. The universe is saying, girl, rest. Okay. Impatience. If I had a card to summarize this energy, yeah. My life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. I do get a strong sense of impatience from you guys, specifically when it comes to like what you want to manifest in life. Like, universe, where's it at? And the universe is saying back to you, honey boo boo bears, it's coming. You just need to stop people pleasing and get out of this habit of overbooking yourself. Like, my gosh. When you are quiet, when you are meditating, when you are in a creative flow, that is when I speak the loudest to you, and you will understand exactly what you need to do in those moments to get the things that you want. And you can feel that patience. Maybe patience is something that'll be unfolding for you in the future. And like, I'm saying this like in the best way possible, like just no longer, I would say work on your impatience, like literally practice the energy of the opposite of that. And I know that's so hard. You're like, what do you mean? How can I just stop being impatient? Like, I want this relationship to unfold. I want this business to unfold. I want my success now. Like, literally stepping into the energy of not caring when or if it unfolds and just doing what you love doing. That is when success will find you, okay? When you least need it, when you least care about it. Another coffee break. It's like a relationship, I tell this to people all the time. In soulmate readings, future love readings, or like, how can I manifest this relationship? And I swear to God, the universe brings forward some very similar messages in almost all of those readings. And it's like, if you're trying to manifest a soulmate, whether that be, romantic, platonic, what have you, you're not going to find it until you don't need it. You're not going to find it until you don't need it. And because you're like not putting pressure on the situation. I feel like when you put pressure on something, it doesn't grow, it doesn't manifest, whereas when you plant the seed, you set the intention, but then you like focus on other things, you live your life, and you stop caring, that's when it tends to hit us, you know what I mean? So many of you might be thinking like, well, how do I stop caring? How do I, simply don't care the rate in which life unfolds for me? That's a great question. I have that question too, actually. So let's get some messages from Spirit. Listen, guys, I am just the medium here. I'm just the messenger. I don't have the answers personally. That's why we ask the universe. Oh, actually, I want to pull from this deck. This is the Mystical Shaman. So universe, you heard the question. What do? All right, we have the Child coming out very neutral, very much on the side. I'm going to read this from the book for you guys, but this is what it looks like upright. The Child knows the way to joy and happiness. The Child offers the return of a second innocence, a time born of wisdom and not naivety. This card allows you to correct your course and offers you a second chance. It brings you the possibility of redemption and entering heaven while on earth. Okay, first off, I just want to say powerful message, because it's been a theme I've been contemplating a lot recently. This idea that, like, in religions, okay, we have this idea of like heaven or a kingdom after you die, or like the Garden of Eden. And I feel like, historically, religion is the backbone of all things evil in life. Sorry if you're religious, guys. I know like 90% of you are like, all right, calm down. Hear me out. Just look at history, okay? Religion has proven to cause many wars and much evil in the world. And I feel like it's not necessarily religion itself. It's this concept of like heaven or the Garden of Eden, or like this beautiful energy after you die. Okay, I feel like that's very counterproductive. And I've been getting messages from Spirit like telling me like, no, this energy is supposed to be felt on earth, like right here, right now, in the present moment. Not necessarily on earth, wherever your soul resides, but in the present moment, yes. Doesn't matter where you are, in the present moment. That is where you're supposed to be experiencing this and building up to that experience. My entire life, like literally since I can remember, I've been getting this message from Spirit that everything progresses naturally. I was worried about going into the first grade from kindergarten, and that's when this message came through like strongest for me. Like that's the first time I remember getting this message from Spirit. And they're like, no, like everything you did in kindergarten has prepared you for first grade. You don't have to be scared. And everything that you do for the rest of your life is going to have that natural progression. Like it might seem scary to take the next step. It might be seeming very different, but like you've already been prepared. We've already prepared you for this. And so it just baffles me that people think that like they're suddenly going to experience this great pleasure and unconditional love and joy when they die, when they've been bitter and hating their whole life. I have had many near-death experiences, like an unnatural amount for someone. And what I experienced was when you die, your body doesn't exist. Your possessions don't exist. Anything physical doesn't exist. And it's hard to actually imagine because a lot is physical. A lot of our reality is very physical. Like you don't even realize how much you don't have when you die. But all you're left with is the energy that you carried and the memories that you had. And, that energy bit is really important though, because you might think you're the best person on earth. When I died, I thought I was like a very nice person, but I didn't realize I was dealing with internal judgment subconsciously that was projected onto me. Like I thought I was this evil person because I used to like alcohol and, orgies and stuff like that. I had this internal judgment, and I actually had like a Jesus experience. And, they were like, nah, all this stuff's fine. Like, what's wrong with that? And I'm like, actually, you're right. What is wrong with that? Where did I get that belief from? And they're like, where did you get that belief from? And I'm like, where did I do? I don't know. Why did I think that? That's a good point. What is wrong with those things? Like, I feel like the universe and these ascended masters that religions are based off of are very neutral. I have worked with deities as well, had very profound spiritual experiences with deities, and again, very neutral energy. The spirit world, the spirit realm as an entirety, You can perceive things negatively or positively, and that's up to your spirit, okay? Because everything has the yin and yang. Everything is dark and light. Everyone has a shadow side and a light side. And whichever one you experience when you go into the spirit world, either as a medium or through death, that depends on you and which side you're operating out of. Anyways, that was a whole long tangent from this card. I guess Spirit wanted to share that with you. So when this card comes out upright, it's an invitation from the universe. The child is here to release you from the habit of being yourself and to help you acquire a beginner's mind so that you can see life see life as if for the first time. Remain open to learning and discovery. Who is your spouse or partner today? Can you see them with fresh eyes? Who is looking back at you in the mirror this morning? Become a mystery unto yourself and reconnect with a sense of childlike wonder. Ooh, this is a really good piece of advice for the question, how can we be more patient and genuinely stop caring and putting all this pressure towards the deadline of our success? How can we detach our sense of happiness from this distant thing in the future that we've been trying to manifest? And this is a really good card. Children are pretty darn joyful, pretty darn happy. The only time they're unhappy is if the adults in their life make them unhappy. And so this is a really good point that the universe is making, step back into that childlike sense of wonder. Who am I today? Who is my partner today? The thing that makes children children and what makes animals animals, two entities that are very, very happy all the time, is being in the present moment. Children aren't worried about the future. They're not worried about the past. They're very much here in the present moment. And that's something that you need to practice. And I use the word practice very heavily because, as an adult, you are constantly worrying about the future, the past, etc. Like, this is something you truly do have to practice. You can start by doing things that will put you in the present moment, like hanging out with animals. Okay? When you're petting animals, you are in the present moment. Hanging out with children. Or just doing something fun, or I don't know, it'll be different for all y'all, but the universe is definitely saying to step back into your childlike energy. And I'm really seeing it's more of an energy thing, guys. Like, in order to manifest things that you are looking to manifest, instead of focusing so much on your to-do list of things you have to do, I'm not saying neglect that, keep taking action in the physical realm. Look more towards your energy, the energy that you're carrying. You are carrying this energy of impatience, this energy of I don't have this yet, that's bothering me. And that is repelling the very thing that you're impatient about. Which is why Spirit's saying get back into your childlike energy of just enjoying every moment individually. Easier said than done. I know. Okay? I know, guys. So let's get some final messages from the universe, see what they have to say. Any additional advice here? I hope this is helping someone. Really, keywords here are alignment, aligning yourself to God. Nature, that's a good way too. Exactly, the universe. Exactly. This is a time to absorb the healing properties that nature has to offer. Your mind, body, and soul need nourishment, energy, revitalization, and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend some quality time outdoors. Absolutely. I get this sense that you need to refill your cup, guys. And nature is such a really good way to do that. Sitting out in the sunlight, it really just I can't describe it. Energy readers will know what I'm talking about. It just the energy of the sunlight pours into your body and it just refills you. Or sitting in nature and just having a nature sound bath, or forest bathing or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. It really is healing. You don't actually have to sit there and visualize, just going out and being around nature does this on its own. And Spirit's saying you need to do that. Solar plexus chakra needs some work here, guys. Refill your vitality. You've been pushing yourself a little hard, guys. A little hard. If you're not getting enough sleep, do that. For others of you, you might be getting enough sleep, but it's still you feel eh. And it's because you need to do more, not even restful activities, but activities that serve like activities you can't monetize, activities you can't, be productive from, like literally just things to do because you like it, like walking in nature and, creating something, being creative for the sake of being creative, not for the sake of like monetizing it. Whew, capitalism really got us by the throats, guys. Ooh, maybe that's what the devil card is. Capitalism got you enslaved. Group number 2. When's the last time you did something just for you? When's the last time you did something just because you wanted to play? Just because you wanted to? That is what fills your soul, guys. And when you're in that playful energy, you attract prosperity like a magnet anyways, okay? Don't let society tell you otherwise. Anything else, Spirit, before we say our goodbyes? I feel this reading coming to a close. All right, 2 last cards. Gratitude coming out. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. Big point, guys. You've been focusing too much on what you don't have, and it's repelling the very thing you want. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract more prosperity and abundance. Bada bing, bada boom. The answer is right there. Step into the energy of play and gratitude. You are carrying this energy of lack. I lack sleep. I lack energy. I lack the acquisition of my goals. And you know what? That attracts more lack, more procrastination. And then the universe will give you more ideas that you're going to fail on because your energy is so focused on lack. Like we said, the universe is neutral. Okay? If you keep thinking about fear and loss, the universe will give you fear and loss. Okay, they don't care. Spirit, the universe, neutral entities. Okay, light, shadow, yin, yang. You get what you are. Your reality is your own energy reflected back to you. You are not reaching your goals because you're focusing on how you haven't reached your goals. Just ask, guys. Just ask. There are other spirits in spirit. There are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of the divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for help and guidance. Guys, profound. Honestly, I'm glad this card came out for you because this is something I kind of forgot to do recently as well. Talking to your angels and literally just asking them for help with anything in life, and they will help you. I promise. Okay, so let's ask them now. Angels, ancestors, spirits of love and light, any spirit working for our highest good here, can you help us get out of this energy of lack and more into this energy of gratitude, this energy of receiving our goals and our wishes, this energy of peace and prosperity? Help align us to the energy of peace and prosperity so that no matter what our reality looks like, we feel prosperous. We feel satisfied. We feel loved, okay? And thank you. That's it. You ask and you shall receive, all right? Thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next one. Bye. All right, my lovely group 3, welcome. Let's see what messages the universe, spirit, God, whatever the heck you want to call it. Let's see what they want to say to you. The collective consciousness known by many names in many different societies and cultures. What do they want to explain to you at this time? We have the crow in reversed representing your energy, where you're at, your spirit, okay? So having the crow spirit come out for you represents you being a really mystical, magical, spiritual individual, okay? You guys are definitely the witches, the psychics, the seers, the shamans of this reading, okay? Big time. Mediums as well. In reversed, I almost want to say that maybe some of you guys have been having some spiritual concerns, I want to say. Like, have you been thinking lately, like maybe your energy might be like attacked? Maybe you've been contemplating, like, did someone put a curse on me? Or maybe you've been contemplating, or like just having weird paranormal experiences that feel out of hand. Or maybe even like that you have spiritual gifts, you just don't know how to use them. So yeah, if that resonates, if that rings a bell, this is the universe coming in to acknowledge that, okay? I feel like I want to say more, but we'll see what comes up, okay? We're going to start shuffling up the energy oracle, and this is going to show, this is what the universe wants to show you, okay? This is the energy that is around you at this time that the universe really wants to point out to you in this reading right now. What energy are you either carrying or is around you? We have all tied up in reversed. Anything else? I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say I feel like more. The second chakra, Archangel Ariel, this is the sacral chakra. Okay, this is where our center of creativity and sensuality and sexuality resides. Also, I view the sacral chakra as the gut intuition, okay? To be like psychically, spiritually connected with your intuition, with your higher self, there is the third eye, which is like your mind's intuition, you know, that little voice in your head. But the gut intuition is your earth's intuition. Okay, as a human, you are a spirit and a body, right? You're both simultaneously. Oh, wow. Then we have the third chakra in reversed, the solar plexus chakra with Archangel Chamuel. You know what's funny? I was doing a reading for someone the other day, and I felt really guided to explain the chakra system to them. And I was just in this flow state of writing, and I was explaining that you really need to work from the bottom up, you know, from the root up, because if you don't have your root chakra, the sacral chakra, if that's not aligned, if that's not activated, you can't really truly balance out the ones above it, you know? The very first chakra is the root chakra. It has to deal with security, your physical health, like literally just surviving, okay? What you need to survive: food, water, shelter. That security. You can't, you know, have confidence and creativity and loving relationships that are just so joyous and peaceful when you're starving and burning up in the sun. You know what I mean? You have to have, it's like a ladder, it's like a tier, you know, that connects you from earth to spirit. And when you have all 7 of the main chakras taken care of, activated, alive and well, that's when you're really in a growth state, a state of abundance. So having the third chakra come out in reversed, spirit is pointing out that, you know, this chakra, and therefore the chakras above it, may need some work, but there's specifically a blockage here in the solar plexus. And this is where your vitality is derived from. Feeling alive and excited to start your day. Physical health, you know, like just feeling motivated, feeling, it's like the opposite of fatigue is the best way I could describe it. But more importantly, or equally importantly, is confidence. Just feeling confidence in your abilities, in yourself as a human, in your individuality, feeling confident in your psychic intuition as well. Okay? Big time. But this all tied up card in reversed is actually really good coming out reversed like this. Okay, this is showing that the things that were keeping you really stuck in life, feeling bound up, you know, and look, I love how this to me appears to be like a wood nymph, right? It's a spirit that resides in the forests and are just so magical. And, you know, I feel like I have some wood nymph energy within myself. Like I just really identify with these spirits. And, you know, they're very mystical, very magical. And here they are all bound up. It's like somebody is trying to steal their magic, trying to keep them powerless, defenseless, and just miserable. Because when they're miserable, when they're fatigued, when they have brain fog, you know, they can't truly be their magical self. And so with this card coming out in reverse, it's showing that you're breaking free of a situation or a mindset or a habit that has been keeping you tied up. And this is going to look different for all of you, okay? All of you. Maybe some of you guys, I'm seeing some of you guys are moving out of a toxic parent's house. And I specifically want to say your mother, okay? I know. There's somebody watching here, maybe multiple people, who are actually moving out from a parent or moving away from a parent, or even just healing from a narcissistic parent, specifically maybe a mother, okay? I don't know why I feel guided to say that. There must be someone here dealing with that situation. And it's almost like, you know, this energy, like let's just say you live with your parents, you live with your mom, and they are like super duper religious and they don't let you, you know, really be yourself. You know, they don't let you wear the clothes that you want to wear, or, you know, they have very strong judgment. They don't allow you to express your sexuality. They have strong opinions in your career and life choices and relationships. And you really, truly can't be your magical self when you're in an environment like that. And so I see for many of you, you're moving out of an environment like that. You're moving away from people, habits, or situations that really lock up your magic. For others of you, it's not even a living situation. It's just a habit. Like maybe, you drink a lot, okay? And that really dulls your shine. It dulls your magic. And drinking a lot does dull your psychic intuition, hands down. Listen, I love me some wine, okay? But I am definitely not one of those wine girls, like especially the wine moms. I don't know if anyone else has noticed a specific demographic of people, not middle-aged, I want to say like Caucasian mothers in their 30s who drink a ton of wine. Drink a lot in general. Does anyone else notice that demographic? Anyways, yeah, things like that, habits like that can definitely dull your shine, dull your magic, and dull your intuition. Okay, maybe some of you guys are quitting smoking. Breaking out of codependent relationships, reclaiming your independence. With the sacral chakra here, I'm seeing you guys building a really strong support system of people who are like-minded. Many of you may have been guided towards other magical, mystical, shamanic, psychic, spiritual people recently. And it's like setting your soul on fire. It's freeing you. Okay, I see a really good support system here of people who have an equal give and take. If you haven't manifested this yet and you feel like, Laura, that's exactly what I want, this is a sign that it's coming to you right now. So be open to that. Be open to meeting new people. Put yourself out there to meet new people. And really be discerning, don't be afraid to be bold and be active. That's the solar plexus chakra. Like, be bold, be action oriented. Do the physical steps. If you are really looking to manifest a really strong support system of like-minded individuals and you're just sitting in your house all day, you work from home, for example, where do you think you're going to find those people? Get out there, sign up for a class, go on dating apps. Honestly, I have met quite a lot of friends just by going on dating apps and saying, hey, I'm looking for friends. Honestly, I know that sounds like a weird way to meet platonic connections, but I'm telling you, it works. And then you can literally look through people and catch a vibe using your psychic intuition. Like, this person has the vibes. I feel like we can be good friends, and just do it in a playful way, don't have so much hard expectations. You might meet no one. You might meet wonderful people, just play around with different ideas, different ways to create that nice support system. I feel like one of the key elements of the sacral chakra that isn't talked about a lot is support system and having an equal give and take. This is the center of creativity and sensuality. Okay, sexuality is all about equal give and take. Okay, and if it's not, you need to surround yourself with better partners. All right. Allowing yourself to receive pleasure, to receive from the people around you, while also giving that back. That is the same concept of having a support system as well as having a nice sexual partner. All right, I've been shuffling these cards forever, so okay, there's one that popped out. 3 of Swords in reversed. Big healing going on. This is a big card of healing and goes kind of hand in hand with all tied up in reverse. Like, something that was weighing you down, trapping away your magic is being released. Oh, I'm getting the energy. Somebody watching this, either just broke up with someone who was kind of abusive or is about to break up with someone who's kind of abusive. And this is someone who tries to tell you what to wear, who you can go out with. They've just been dimming your light, honey boo boo bears, and you are done with it. You are done. You're ready to step into your sacral chakra energy, put yourself out there, have fun with the friends, take good selfies with the good lighting. What's that Lizzo song? How does it go? I forget. Somebody comment it if you know what I'm talking about. 9 of Swords reversed. Yeah, you're done crying. There we go. Ariana Grande. Right now, I'm in a state of mind. Ain't got no tears left to cry. Or is that how that goes? You get the point. Listen to that song. No Tears Left to Cry by Ariana Grande. King of Cups. Upright. Yeah, good people are coming into your life. Good people are coming into your life. These are emotionally intelligent, creative, mystical people, okay? These are people with creative passions and hobbies, a distinct way of dressing, a sense of spirituality for the most part. If not spirituality, psychology, okay? One or the other, or both. An intense interest in psychology, in holistic healing, in this stuff, witchcraft, mysticism. For some of you, it might even be religion, but in a healthy way. I don't know. It'll be different for all of you, but we see more mature people. are coming into you. Your soul tribe is coming in towards you. Put yourself out there. Okay, I didn't even really talk about this. Third chakra, excuse me, the solar plexus. One way to heal this is to actually just move your body. Okay, move your body, dance, exercise. Maybe some of you guys have been saying to yourself, I need to work out more, I need to exercise more. You start going to the gym like 3 times a week. You might meet some like-minded individuals there even, Not me. I ignore everyone at the gym that I go to. I am not friendly there, but some people are, and that could be you if you want. Or maybe you sign up for one of those specific gyms, like, I don't know, Zumba, is that even still a thing? Pole dancing, a fun way to move your body, and you meet really awesome people from that. And we have the moon reversed coming out for you. Yeah, there's like a lot of confusion. Like, I feel like somebody's been siphoning your magic. Okay, I definitely feel that. Maybe some of you have been thinking like, did somebody put a curse on me? Is there someone kind of siphoning my energy? And I really do feel like the answer is yeah, but like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They are taking energy from your solar plexus chakra, and they do that by trying to keep you in this state of mind where you're stuck, you're restricted, you're controlled. Okay, so it's very practical. Okay, very practical stuff here that you can see in the physical world. Like, I don't really feel like there's someone actually casting a curse on you. If you feel that way, well then go with that intuition and, do what you gotta do, which is not hexing them back. Okay, karma, people, remember. Send them love, send them light, and protect yourself. That's what we do in that situation. We don't send people negative energy. If somebody's like cursing you or just speaking negatively about you in a very direct way, which is in a way a curse, you do not engage the same energy back. Okay, you say, universe, I am sending this person so much love, so much light, and use your powers to make this person's life better so they don't engage in toxic stuff like this in the future. That's what we do in those situations. We do not send them negative energy back, because then you're just as bad as them. Anyways, that was a long tangent. The universe really is kind of confirming some things that your intuition has been telling you. Like, yeah, there are people siphoning your energy very directly. If you have a job, for example, that is just making you feel really stuck there and it's really toxic, but like you have this false belief that like you can't go anywhere else, that's what we're talking about. They're siphoning your magic. They're siphoning your life force energy. And when people siphon energy in an unbalanced way from others, they end up prosperous, they end up rich, right? But in a really negative karmic way. And then you end up depleted, right? So reclaim your power, reclaim your energy. I just saw a tweet the other day that said somebody was suggesting that the only way you should manifest money is through your ancestors and through claiming all of their hard work that went unpaid. So doing like a ritual where, whatever your ritual is, I don't care, where you essentially, the intention is all of the unpaid hours your ancestors put in life, all of the kindness they showed that went unnoticed, all of their hard work that they didn't really get paid back for comes to you now as their ancestor. It's all coming to you. And I didn't try that myself, but I thought it was a really neat idea. I definitely want to try that. I know just about everyone in the world has some ancestors, okay? Some ancestors who this is their story, as a person in America with Irish descent, the Irish immigrants back in the day, they were extremely underpaid and put in really dangerous working situations in New England, New York, all that. So if I wanted to do that spell, I would, connect with that energy and stuff. So maybe that's something you want to do. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just seeing like unjust treatment from others, and you're getting what's yours. I feel like the universe is asking you to do a ritual like that and to protect your energy a bit more, guys. Okay, so wear like a protective amulet, do an energy cleanse. I especially want to say do an energy cleanse if you are a spiritual worker in any way, if you work around a lot of people in any way, if you use a lot of your emotional abilities around people, like if you're a therapist, even if you're like a 911 operator, guys, a nurse especially, like any of that, you need to be cleansing your energy daily, okay? Daily. Big time. Yes, meditate daily. That's like the best advice I could give people. But like, it's necessary. Like, you're feeling depleted, you're feeling drained because people are draining you. Universe, what you got to say? Enjoyment. Striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life, dear Lord. That is something that you can ask the universe. That is something that you can ask your spirit guides. And so this card is saying, please ask that of us, because here's the thing, guys. The universe, your spirit guides, they're very neutral, okay? They cannot interfere on your free will. You know, they only manifest what you're focusing on. And I was saying this for group number 2. The universe is a neutral entity, okay? It'll give you good, it'll give you bad. Whatever your energy is focused on, whatever your energetic alignment is, that is what is going to manifest for you. Okay? And that's, okay, this is such a side note, but like I'm just flowing now. That is what makes children in particular so vulnerable to like highly good and highly bad experiences, because when you're born, it's kind of like you're reset, you know, like you hit the refresh button. So like, the slightest negative influence on their energy or the slightest positive influence on their energy makes drastic, what's the word I'm looking for? Manifestations in their outer reality. Moral of the story, children are very vulnerable for that reason. That has nothing to do with your reading though. So moving on, ask the universe to bring more enjoyment into your life. Love, take over. Allow me to enjoy this life, okay? Show me how to enjoy this life. Bada bing, bada boom, you ask and you receive, okay? Don't worry about it after you ask it. Just let the universe show up for you and show you the way. And follow that psychic intuition you've been following, okay? So, universe, what else do you got to say to group number 3? This is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. This is literally, like, my favorite oracle deck. I jerk this deck off, guys. Like, I use this in almost every reading. What do you gotta say to group number 3? Okay, that was fast. The Hummingbird in Reversed. And I'm gonna read this from the book. I think the book is why I love this deck so much. Let me just grab that for you. The number 26 might be important to you. Some of you might be 26, might be associating with someone 26. That might be a date of some kind, 2/6, February 6th, which is coming up soon. I don't know. Okay. Despite being so little, hummingbirds are great journeyers, migrating between North and Central or South America to feed from the summer nectar. This gentle creature can be fiercely territorial to protect its home. Hummingbird teaches us to be gentle to ourselves and protect our personal space. Honey boo boo bears. I want to move back for a second. Like, let's go back. This just triggered me in a way. Let's go back to what we were just saying. Okay, if you have children and you're watching this, protect your children. Protect your children's energies. You know, don't be like a helicopter parent, but like at the same time, make sure that they are protected. Okay? In the way that you might not have received in your childhood. I don't know why I just said that. If that resonates with you, there it is, okay? But this isn't, you know, that's just a side message for some people if it resonates. You have to protect your energy, guys. You have to protect your space. And like maybe, okay, if anyone has been watching and you've been thinking about like getting a camera or security system at your home, this is a confirmation from spirit. Like, yeah, do that. It might be a good thing for you to do. Even if no one tries to break in, it'll protect your peace. You know, you'll feel more safe, more at peace, right? If that's what you feel like you have to do it, you know, because we see here the 9 of Swords, someone staying up at night, worrying, upset at something that could have been prevented, or like I'm getting a lot of messages and energies here of someone stealing what's yours or someone siphoning energy out of you. And your intuition has been telling you or is trying to tell you, but like you're not listening to it. And then the universe is coming in through this reading and saying like, no, listen to us. You know, listen, guys. When the hummingbird comes out in upright, it's an invitation. The buzzing you feel is the sound of your hummingbird wings preparing you to say yes to a new adventure. This is not the time to linger on what has gone wrong. but to trust the rightness of the moment and take bold action. Trust that success is assured, even if you must face tests and challenges to reach your destination. Know that all will be well because the all is in the small. Yeah, okay. Cleanse, protect your energy, and then once you've done that, embrace life. It's a balance. We're talking about the balance here because I also feel like some of you guys might take it a bit too far, being a helicopter parent or, staying up all night worrying when you're fine, you're protected, you're safe, or just not taking that leap, not taking that adventure. I had so many people. So I recently went to Mexico. I had so many people, like literally everyone, tell me how unsafe Mexico is and watch out. Why are you going there now? There's a war. So many people. And honestly, it was fine. It was fine. It was all just like fear. Anyways, if I would have listened to them, I wouldn't have had that wonderful adventure. I wouldn't have had a wonderful time. And, I have common sense. I have psychic intuition. It's not like I was putting myself into a dangerous environment. I have common sense, folks. And so do you. You have common sense. You have psychic intuition. Trust that. Use it. Don't let fear bog you down and have you saying no to life. And that's when the third chakra comes in reversed again. It's like saying no to life, not feeling confident, not feeling safe. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. I would recommend doing practices that help you listen to and trust your intuition. Okay, I always say to people, if you're looking to cultivate a stronger psychic intuition or mediumship, the answer is to trust the insights that come up, okay? Because you already have insights coming up. Everyone does. You just play them off with logic or saying, no, that couldn't possibly be. You might feel a strong gust of wind and, you have this feeling like it's your deceased mom saying hello. And then you're like, oh no, it's just a gust of wind. No, you wouldn't have had that thought pop up in that moment and feel it on your skin, get the goosebumps from it, if it wasn't true. Okay, it's so easy to talk yourself out of believing your intuition. It is unbelievably easy. Mediumship, your psychic intuition, it is so quiet. It's quiet. It is very quiet. And that's why meditation and silencing your mind is the best thing that you can do for your psychic intuition. But then after that, you got to trust what comes up, y'all. Trust what comes up. Sometimes your psychic intuition, it uses the same parts of your brain as imagination. Okay? And that's why all the haters are like, oh yeah, you're just crazy. You're just imagining things. No, you're not. You're not. I view the imagination as like a teleporter. It can only imagine things that exist, if not in this reality, then in alternate realities, but never something that doesn't exist. The truth is in everything. Everything is truth. Nothing is a lie. All right, Spirit, what do you want to say? Speaking of deceased mothers, a mother's love is coming through for you. That was such a painfully optimistic way to say that. I am so sorry, guys. Obviously, everyone watching, your mother might be still here, whatever. We just see the spirit of a mother's love heavily on your mind, heavily surrounding you at this time. A mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that this special bond of love can never be broken. Beautiful. That's just a motherly spirit coming in to say, hi, I'm here. I'm holding you. I am nurturing you. Okay, that gust of wind was me. Okay. Trust your intuition. All right. Maybe for some of you, some past loved ones are like guiding you to learn mediumship because they're like, we're not done yet. Okay. We're not done yet. Okay. I still got plenty to tell you. Maybe you had like a chatty Cathy type of mom or grandma or aunt or something. And they're just like, okay, I'm going to like send them articles and like videos on mediumship, how to talk to spirits, because I still have a lot to say. Okay. You're not getting out of this scot-free. You're not getting out of this scot-free. Okay. I will haunt you and chat your ear off. All right. I love that. You must have a lot of funny female energy in your family. Alrighty. Weird though, because we were just talking about narcissistic mothers earlier, so maybe for some of you, that maternal energy is still here for you in spirit, okay? Healing you, loving you. It could be like Mother Earth. It could be like a grandmother, It could be the spirit of someone who Never mind. Okay. We have forgiveness. I was kind of going along that lines. A mother who you have to forgive. And, sometimes when we pass away, we kind of are, it's really hard to describe. I've had near-death experiences, but sometimes we have these experiences post-life that make us realize our wrongdoings in life. And, we see like a mother spirit reaching out, holding you, some of you, I'm kind of asking for forgiveness in a way. Forgiveness isn't something that you give to someone else, though, I don't think. It is something that you do for yourself. So you no longer have to hold on to resentment or hold on to, grief or like anything bad, jealousy, like anger. When you forgive someone, you don't even have to tell them that you've forgiven them. You do it for yourself, so you no longer carry these negative emotions. Holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. For many of you, your mother's still alive, and you're getting out of that situation. You're freeing your magic, you're reclaiming your magic, you're moving away, you're distancing yourself, but you still need to do this forgiveness. And you don't have to tell her that you forgive her, but you need to look at life through her lens and understand that this is going to sound so corny, like she was doing the best that she could with what she had. That's what everyone's always doing. That's what everyone is always doing, even when they suck. Even when they're narcissists, they are working with what they got, okay? They're doing the best they can with what they got, with the traumas they've been dealt. And so you have to kind of put yourself in those shoes, and you can't forgive unless you have an extreme amount of empathy. And so if forgiving is hard for you right now, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to force this process, but it will set you free. It will set your magic free. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're thousands of miles away from the person who hurt you. If you haven't forgiven them, it's like they're right there with you every night. And that still weighs heavily on your heart. We see here study. Maybe some of you guys need to pick up some psych books and literally study how to forgive, okay, on Google. Go into Google, how do I forgive my narcissistic mother? How do I forgive blah, 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 whatever it is. Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn, whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new. This is an opportunity to expand your mind. Yeah, I definitely see Google searches, books coming through with information. We have some self-help kings and queens here, picking up some books, some podcasts, even just articles you find on Google, find online, whatever, that are really helping you. And that is sent from the universe. The universe is saying, hi, that's me. Hello. That was for me. There's a lot of healing going on for you guys, for sure. Okay, lots of swords being pulled out of the heart. You see here in the Three of Swords, it's anger, jealousy, resentment, all that stuff stabbed right in the heart, right in the happiness. There's a dark cloud over you. When this card's in reverse, you're pulling them out one by one, reclaiming your magic, releasing yourself from this stuff. And it might be when you're in this energy that you actually do a lot of the research. You might be really upset and you're like, oh, why does my boyfriend hate me? Why is my mom suck? It's when you're in this energy that leads you to this energy that leads you to this energy. So it's all working out for you. Don't worry. Don't resist your emotions. Be like the King of Cups here, okay? All right. So guys, I don't know if there was a point to that, but that's what the universe wanted to tell you. I'm just the messenger, okay? Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.